You did.
Yeah.
You did it. You did it exactly right.
I was like, where did he put it? I was like, oh, it's at the end.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. I'm Ted, that makes him Damon. Everybody, we'd like to wish you, if you're listening to this on Monday when it comes out like you should, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
And best wishes for 2023. Hey, man, how was your week?
You know what? We've been off for a little bit, and my week was pretty good. We
Behind the scenes, don't tell them.
went through a couple holidays. That was
What are
good.
you talking about?
Yes, we had some fun. I do want to say first, Monster did his 100th episode.
Yes, happy 100th.
Yeah, that
Monster.
dropped right after Christmas. And
He had our friends, The Secret Lives,
yeah,
Rachel and Andy.
and the 3 Feet Deep podcast. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, he had
Hey,
them
and
on.
let me say, I put on that shirt today that he got me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a nice shirt.
Really?
Monster
Yeah,
shirt?
yeah, it's like high quality. The print's really
Didn't
good
he
on
ask
it.
for, did I get one of those? I thought I requested one of those.
I don't
paid
know.
for it.
He probably had to have Omar. The
I guess we
tank
have to
guy,
go to
make one.
do his show like we keep promising. But no, Andy and Rachel on the 3 Feet Deep, which they just recorded one in here not that long ago. A video podcast. You should check that out. They said some wonderful things about us. We
owe them money
they did.
now. We owe them
We
money now.
reciprocate. They are wonderful people. They do
Yeah.
live performances around the area. So if you
Yeah.
can catch them live, and I know they're in Lockport and Joliet a lot and Morris and the areas around this area. If you can catch them live, go support them. That is how it works.
Yeah, they do have a big event coming up for Valentine's Day. As we get closer, we'll plug
Yeah,
that for them too,
absolutely.
because I think it's a pretty cool idea of what they're doing. So I just wanted to say thanks to them and congratulations to Monster and thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. Honestly, I was more focused right now because behind the scenes, it comes out on the 3rd on Monday, right? This is New Year's Eve, folks, when we're recording this. This is about the closest we ever get to really recording other than doing a live thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
we're actually on the holiday for sure.
yeah, we're on the holiday. So I did ask for suggestions on Facebook about New Year's resolutions because we're all going to make some kind of resolution. Most people are that's going to be false. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do this. It's never going to happen. All right. If you're a bad person, you're going to stay a bad person. If you're fat, you're going to look like me. That's just how it works. Okay. So let's be real. Let's keep it real. So I asked people to throw out some that I may be able to do. You know what I mean? And some of them seem pretty challenging, like working out.
Oh, this one seemed very challenging.
Yes.
Number one challenging answer: 5-second hug for your wife every day.
Yeah, I said that's nepotism. She put that on there. That does not count.
Right.
We cannot. We do not bow
Yes, and
down.
I put overruled, but did not say which one I was overruling.
Correct.
I went right down the middle of that and got praised from both sides.
Yeah, Ted sits on the fence.
Yeah.
He's just going to sit on the fence and wave at everybody and go, "Yeah, you're right.
I
You
would like to
are
thank
right."
everyone who did respond. Please, when we say reach out to us, please do.
Yeah, I didn't get anything that was too crazy on there. There was one about try new foods. What ones pop out to you, Ted, that I should adapt in my everyday
I feel like
life?
I'm surprised you don't do this. Start every day with a big breakfast, as that is the most important.
That
of the
was
day.
that was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, you did respond to that one is a strong contender. Now this one again, I figure every time you dry off, this happens. Patrick O'Hara wishes that you would wake up every morning and do the truffle shuffle.
Well,
He also wishes that you would waste food by throwing pancakes on people on the expressway.
now that one, again, it sounds very entertaining, but for me to just let go of a pancake, you know what I mean? They might get hit by a 300-pound dude diving headfirst after it. So I don't know if that's going to work.
He rounds out with whenever someone says hi to you, pretend you're an airplane with your arms outstretched. To which I responded with a gif of Creed. With arms wide open.
Yes. So what I'm saying is there were some good ones on there. I think I'm going to do the start your day with a breakfast.
Are you going to go viral on TikTok at least once this year?
Yes.
That was one of them.
I will do that. Yes.
Also, this is from Jenny. I also asked you to get waxed. I don't, why did she care? That's all my question is.
Look.
And end every sentence with that checks out. That checks out.
Oh, that's
checks
right.
out.
I saw that one on there too. That is a good one. That's solid. That's nothing like plugging yourself at the end of every sentence.
Yeah.
It's
Until
like,
people start avoiding you, which I think was maybe 3
would you like to
sentences?
supersize that? That checks out. Would you like to round up for conjoined twins staying out of porn? That does not check out.
Now,
I'm not going to say that.
Judy took this very, very seriously. Did not understand that we don't want you to improve. And said, show kindness in every situation, eat healthy, and get plenty of fresh air and exercise. And I was like, that's not happening.
Do you even know me?
Yeah. Have you met Damon?
Are you new? So
Timothy would like you to become a Chicago Bears offensive lineman.
yes. To which I said they cannot pay me enough.
Take professionally shot family photos for every major holiday dressed in the spirit of the holiday in 2023.
I do kind of like, that's kind of neat too. They don't need to be professional. You can do them with your iPhone or something.
You wouldn't do it for one day?
For what?
Like one game, one professional.
No, because you know what? It's like people that go, "Oh, I would fight Mike Tyson for $5 million." Back in the day, So what? It's like, okay, cool, but one punch.
Yeah.
Okay, you could. It alters your life.
Right.
It alters your life.
Hey, that guy's clock is permanently clean.
Yeah. Look, the only way that I hang with that team is when we go to the cafeteria after practice. That's the only way that I hang with anybody at practice on that squad.
Scott would like you to connect with someone you don't normally see, i.e. lunch with an old classmate or coworker. That feels very specific.
Yeah, like he's trying to get me to pay for lunch.
That seems like it would show up on the subreddit, oddly specific. Yeah. Hang out with a coworker or Scott used to hang out with. Wait a minute.
Yeah, and then also do the same thing. Like you see me afterwards. Am I the a-hole for not taking this guy to lunch?
I'll tell you what I want to do in 2023 is not spend the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve with Damon so much.
Oh, you got to do
we
like
have
a double
spent
dose.
so much time this week.
Yeah.
So, Christmas.
Yeah.
I get a text from my mother saying that there's a leak in her house and there's water shooting down her wall. Yeah. I'm like, I'm on my way to Christmas. Yeah. So you're going to need to find a way to turn that off yourself. I am not near you. I apologize. But I said, call Damon. That's what I said. I said, call Damon. Ask him if he has any recommendations for plumbers because I know that
I was in that field. I know a lot of guys.
Used to dance around in that field.
Yeah.
Sends me a thing. I said, here's his number. Call him. Sends me a thing back. Are you calling Damon? No, I'm not. Please, you need to call him and tell him what you see, what's going on, like what everything. Like I don't want to be wait for. Okay, this is what my mom said she saw. Well, and then you're like, well, is this happening? I don't know. Yeah. We didn't cover that.
Yeah. Right. So what's it doing now? Yeah. I don't know. What's it like? I don't know. So, but you did text me and said, hey, so when I remember I just reached out to your mom, I called and it was Christmas night, so it was on Sunday. And she goes, well, I haven't really had water since Friday.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was illegal to poop in her house.
Yeah. I go, excuse me? She goes, I didn't. I'm like, well, why didn't you call me sooner? So, but now, we ended up going over there and having a project.
The day before Christmas, where we went over and celebrated Christmas, she didn't have any hot water.
Yeah.
Because she left the cold water running. That day got down to like negative 400.
Yeah.
And the hot water stopped working. I'm like, okay, well, that seems like I would have let both run. But whatever.
Yeah.
And then the day after Christmas, I had a doctor's appointment first thing because our friend of the podcast, been on here, TJ, who is a doctor, I said, hey, I'm having trouble hearing people when we're having a conversation and there's background noise. He's like, okay, let's get you in for a hearing test. I was just like, hey, do you have any advice? What do you think this is? He's like, I'll test your ears. Yeah. And I'm not saying this because I think he's going to do that for everyone, so don't bother him. Yeah. This is a very generous.
However, if you do have insurance, call him. He will take your insurance money and he'll do it.
Insurance or cash.
Yes.
Call TJ. And I go in and I told you this story because he's got his laptop. He's like, okay. And it was great because he did it as if I'm a patient. Like he doesn't know me. We just met. He's like, okay, so I'm going to put a little device in your ear. I'm going to play some sounds for you. If you hear a sound, raise your hand, wave around, stomp the floor, whatever you need to do to indicate to me that you've heard it. Okay.
How did you refrain from laughing?
I'm going to start in your right ear. I'm just going to set this on your shoulder for a second. Then I'm going to walk around. I'm going to place it in your ear. Okay. Okay, we're going to start. This is what you're going to hear. Did you hear that? Great. Okay, here we go. Start test. So he does that. We go through the right ear, and it's like, I'm like, I can tell. Like, wow, there's way too many gaps. There's too many gaps. We go to the left ear. He's like, okay, we'll do the same thing. I'm going to drape it over. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to let you know when I'm ready to start. Okay, we're going to start. Go ahead. And he's like, good, great, excellent, great. And I'm like, he didn't say any of this.
Yeah, I got none of those adjectives for the other ear.
This is all new to me.
If he said them, I didn't hear it. It was in the other ear.
So he comes, he's like, okay, well, I got good news, bad news.
Yeah.
Your left ear is great. Your right ear is doing something that we don't usually see. And I'm like, that sounds like me. If you could have a medical chart and be like, this is what we expect for a human. Right. This is what Ted's body is doing.
Yeah. Where's the abnormal category? I'm right in there. Put me in there.
Long story, way too fast to be short. I now have a hearing aid in my right ear.
Right.
Wow.
Well, and just set the record straight, that's probably why you don't always acknowledge me when I'm speaking to you.
Right.
Right?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
I do not sit on your right side. My left ear is not the one facing you at all times.
Shut up, Mac.
I don't ride shotgun in every situation. Yeah. Right? Is that why we sit like this? Because you're comfortable? Because it feels like I'm in the Luke Duke seat?
Yes.
So I couldn't go down. That was the point. I couldn't go down right after the next day after Christmas.
Yeah.
So you went there first.
Yeah.
And then I get an email from my mother because this is how she sends immediate, urgent information to me via email.
Well, the carrier pigeon was busy. He was having lunch.
I'm almost back to my house, and I had to go over to TJ's place, which is on the further into the suburbs. So I'm almost home, and she's like, "Damon says it's going to take a while. Come if you can." So I changed the GPS. The GPS is literally like, get off the highway, turn around off the highway, and come back. That's like, those are the instructions.
Right.
I'm like,
the way you just went? Go back that way. Yeah.
So I'm like 20 minutes out. You call me.
Can you save me some of those chips, Mac? What are you eating in front of the microphone, Mac? Yeah, what do we...
No, that was Leonardo.
Oh, he's opening.
He's opening toys.
Gifts I gave him.
Okay.
It's Christmassy. That's Christmassy. So you reach out and you're like, hey, if you're around, are you off today? And I'm like, yeah, I'm like 20 minutes out. Because my mom didn't tell you.
No. Because my exact words were, well, heck, if he's off, we might as well get him here. Like that. That was my exact words.
Mac, highlight of the day is watching Damon crawl in and out of the attic access, which is maybe 18 inches by 36 inches at best. No, maybe 24.
His mom's house birthed me 3 times. Yeah. Okay. Listen.
You heard the house go.
Yeah. I don't remember childbirth and what it felt like. Okay. But I do now. Okay. So the best part was
like, the best part though was you're like, oh no, I got to go back in there, don't I? I was like, yeah, I think you did.
So let me set the stage real quick. When I crawl up into this crawl space, when I say crawl, I mean slither. Okay. So when I slither, we needed butter and a shoehorn, but I get up, my chest fits in it. Okay. And I go, well, part of me is wider than my chest. Well, that's below. So I managed to squirt that through into the attic. Okay. So now you got to remember the science behind this. It squirts through going up because it's like silly putty. It reforms. Okay. Coming down, it's a shelf. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, now, you have to come down face first.
I almost thought I had to come out head first and just be like, I hope the washing machine breaks my fall. You know what I mean? It was very crazy. But no, to the point of where Ted took a picture and sent it to my wife and said, this is probably what it looks like giving birth to Damon. So a grown man in a flannel.
Yeah. At one point, he's sitting crisscross applesauce on my mom's rafters. And I'm just like maybe chest height through the attic hole. And we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, you okay? I was like, I can't come back out of here. I'm not coming out of here till the job's done, Ted.
I live here now. You go get what I need.
Yeah.
I come down when it's over. So
you were great because he's like, hey, could you get me this? And I just like put my head down. Ma! Yeah. And he's like, what, my assistant has an assistant? I'm like, I don't get off this ladder.
The first time he said ma, I go, there's no more devil eggs on the roof. I said it just like that. There's no more devil eggs on the roof. They're gone. And he just started laughing. But no, and it was funny because he's like, do you want me to come up there? I'm like, I don't know if this ceiling's going to hold both of us. So I am not sure that's a good idea.
He's up there just talking into the attic. That's why I put my head up there because he's just like, hey, and
I was very much.
I know TJ just hooked me up with better hearing, but you're literally talking into the roof.
He should have checked the other ear. I think that's the bad one.
TJ, can we test it as if someone is in an attic?
Yeah, yeah. I need that.
And the hole is like 4 feet from me, 12 feet from him.
Yeah, but we did. we found the leak. It was a fountain. It was a geyser. And it was pretty crazy. So we took care of that, fixed that, and then we had a couple other things for your moms.
We had to come back and fix the hole in the
fix a couple other things for her.
Down and fix your sink and fix. Well, we did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So we spent a lot of family bonding time together. In Ted's childhood home, which we spent a lot of time there together when we were younger.
Right.
So it was very nostalgic. However, I never once played hide and seek and went in your attic in that house ever. Yeah. As a child, I probably would have fit much better. So, that's just how it goes. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, let's calm down.
So again, he is correct. We spent a lot of time together this week. So to go over different stories, we've told each other the stories we will never tell on a podcast. Okay. Even when Max starts the music early and it's recording,
right,
we still have to be like, ooh, we have to catch ourselves.
Dude,
yeah.
Was that
the music? Did it start?
Did I hear the dulcet tones of Healy House? Because I need to shut up.
So, but yeah, no, when you go back to my week, it's been kind of 2 weeks. That was how I spent this week, was with Ted and then doing some other stuff around the house and stuff like that. But I will say Nicole's birthday was the week before. And she has one of those birthdays where she gets screwed because she gets Christmas / birthday presents, So we're doing a little like we're going to sing happy birthday to her, and they got a little cake thing, right? And we're going to sing. And so I'm going to light it, and the lighters don't work. The light, because it was out in the garage. It was cold. Yeah, so it's just clicking. And so I turn the stove on. I light the candle. I take one step sideways, and it goes out. And I'm like, okay, got to be careful. So I'm walking very cautiously as this thing's burning down my hand, waiting to get back over to should have just taken the cake over there, right? And hindsight 2020, put cake next to flame.
Couldn't you have started the lighter off the stove?
I don't know. I that might have been another. Let's not focus on my problems.
Let's not focus on my mistakes.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah,
let's focus on the wins.
So anyway, I'm walking behind my daughter, and all of a sudden I see my wife smile huge. She turns and goes, and I'm like literally stretching to put it on the first candle that's on the cake, right?
Sounds like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
My whole family starts dying laughing, and Marissa's face is red, and she goes, I told Mom I wanted to do it, and Nicole looks at me, she goes, and I told her, just do it. I was like, oh man, So I'm like, well, you get nothing. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not relighting this. So what are we doing? But it was hysterical.
Now, have you gone back to blowing out the candles?
Yes, we do.
I don't know if I can go back to that, man.
No,
after they showed like the,
oh yeah, the amount of spit.
Yeah. Like what I do now is I hand the person the paper plate because usually and I just
fan it. Yeah.
Oh, because I'll watch too, and I'll be like I'll watch like the.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't need cake.
Why did you start with a?
Yeah, I don't need cake.
What are you doing?
It did not need to be that wet.
Listen, you don't douse the candles.
Right.
All right, you blow them out. It's the breeze. It's the wind.
I think my son does it on purpose. Just so he gets more cake.
So he gets the cake.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys ain't gonna eat that, are you?
Yeah. Can we monetize this product somehow?
What's that?
This paper plate that you use to blow out.
Well, I mean,
candles.
you can, but they're sold as paper plates.
Yeah, but didn't we like we've done 1,000 shows? Didn't we do one where there was a fan that blew out?
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Was that a business idea?
It was like a kazoo, but it cleaned your hair.
Kazoo.
It was like a kazoo.
Mac, do you have any kazoos? Damon's wife really likes them.
I might.
Yeah, she never wanted to kill you more. Yeah, and he sold that to you? No, he gave it to me.
Gave it to me.
Gave it to me. It was pretty
for
cool.
Nicole.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing I did in taking my parents to a doctor's appointment, I was driving down River Road, and I don't think I told this story, but I hit a pheasant.
No, this is news.
Okay, so I hit a pheasant. Here's the deal. I've really never hit anything in my car besides other cars. Okay, so those do horrific damage. But we live in an area where there's tons of deer, and this time of year they're running, they're doing this and that. I've never hit one. But I'm driving down the road, and I see this majestic bird just walking. I mean, it looks like the Roadrunner. You know what I mean? And it's walking into the middle of the road, and my whole thought the whole time is, just fly away. Just fly away. Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. Pheasants don't really fly. Now, they do when you hit them with a van at 60 miles an hour. They do.
They're not a real, kind of bird. They're like, we'll get there.
Yeah, the last thought that went through his head was, I better fly. He jumped just high enough for me to really throttle him, and he rolled up over my hood, over my windshield, and on the road. So, and I was just like, my only real release from that was that he's gone. He wasn't sitting there suffering. It was, I made a bad choice and I met Jesus. You know what I mean? That's really what happened with the bird. So I don't feel terrible about it. But I literally then, I said to Don, I go, I don't know why I didn't fly away. And Don goes, they don't really fly. And I didn't know this. I had no idea. And I go, that's all I said.
Hey, Don, that's information I could have used.
Right.
Maybe about a quarter mile back.
But
hey, Damon, you might want to go around that bird because it won't go around you.
Right. Because he's literally standing on the white line, and I'm like, okay, and he's coming from the other side of the road, so he's trying to cross. But no, something caught his eye, I'm guessing a white minivan, from about 100 yards away, where he went, ooh, what's that? And he stood still. Now, and that was the worst mistake of his short life.
Well, see, my mom hit a hawk in our minivan back in the day, the Astro, if you recall. And the hawk turned towards her and opened its wings as if to say, fight me, brah. And my mom was like, game on. Drove right through. And then people were driving the other way, and just you could see him looking down at the grill. And I'm like, oh, this has got to be bad. So we stopped in the next place it was safe to stop, got out, the bird was gone. And we're like, what is it, some sort of magic trick? He was just riding on the front with his, he's just riding on the front with his wing thumb up, woo!
Yeah.
Doing the Fonz as everyone driving by.
All the other birds are jealous. Yeah. Look at me.
Look at me. I'm saving my energy. I hitched a ride on a Stro.
Really? You had to shorten the word Astro?
I'm just telling you what the bird said.
Yeah.
Don't blame me.
At least you didn't call it an ass, so that's okay.
On a Tro.
On a Tro. Yeah. But no, so I never realized, because I've never been a hunter, so I never realized that those are not from what I read, they can fly up to 600 feet at a time. and then they rest.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, it flew about 5 feet that time, and it rested permanently.
Yeah. I got it up in the air.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it.
We were going for distance. Okay, we were going more for oomph. I mean, it was crazy. And then I thought, my main thought after that was, he better not have broke my headlight. You know, it's just like, man. But yeah, just to see that thing walking and just not realize, and like I said, to have somebody then tell me, I'm a grown man, I'm 46 years old,
right.
to be like, those birds don't fly. And I was like, you know, like that's my response. You don't say.
Huh. Well, you know, that checks out with the science. Yeah. For sure.
You want to know? I thought he just made poor decisions. Turns out he was somewhat paralyzed.
Turns out that was what was going to happen the whole time.
Yeah, his decisions were limited in what he could do. So it was pretty crazy.
I went and got pre-checked for TSA, right?
Yeah.
So I did that. And I gave them to the guys like, hey, we just need to see whatever you've said you're bringing in for identification. I need to see that now. So I handed that over. He hands it back. He's like, okay, you're going to need that in a couple seconds. You're the first. You go sit in that first chair. I said, okay. So I do that. And someone else comes in. I'm here to check in. He's like, oh, for what? I'm like, for TSA pre-check. He's like, okay. Like, real quick, do you have a bathroom? The guy's like, yeah. And then he goes, whatever you brought in for. He goes to the whole spiel again. And the guy's like, okay, is the bathroom in here? He's like, okay, I'm just going to hand these back to you now. And he's like, yeah, about that bathroom? He's like, yeah, it's down the hall. Like the guy wanted to like get to the end of his basically the thing, but the other guy was like, I don't think you understand the urgency of the bathroom. I understand you have the urgency of you don't get through your script, you're going to forget something. And they were kind of meeting in the middle, right? So then the guy comes around the corner. He's like, you're next. And I'm like, so you're the guy here and the guy in there? That seems to be like not efficient. Who's going to tell the guy where the bathroom is?
Right.
If I'm in here with you,
right?
So we go in. He does the things. He comes out and he says to the sir, he's like, sir, have you checked in? And I'm like, this is the bathroom guy. Like, we've been in this room for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You've forgotten this guy already? He's like, there's a lot of happening. I'm like, it's 8 a.m, guy. Yeah. It's going to get really weird later on when you have 40 people in here and you're like, have I talked to you?
Yeah. Hey, new guy. No. I already checked in. You're holding my stuff.
Yeah.
You
okay. Saw this guy's passport and ID. Like,
right. Yeah.
Right, have you been here?
Jimmy. No, I'm not Jimmy. So with
like I said, this is the bathroom guy. The guy literally was like, yeah. Like he just gave me one of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy wasn't even paying attention and he knows. Like,
right. Yeah. You know, remember the guy you sent to the bathroom?
How much of a check are we doing in here? Because this does feel about the amount of effort TSA puts in at the airport.
I was going to say, he's got an alias, a.k.a. bathroom guy, on the bottom of his passport now. Yeah. Or his real ID, whatever it is, you know?
On his boarding pass, it just says, this guy likes to whiz.
Yeah.
That's this guy.
Don't let him near the bathroom. He gets on the plane, they're like, no, sit out.
Don't let this guy near any electronics.
And if I'm that guy, I'm like, no, seriously, where's the bathroom? Because if you're going to take this picture anywhere from the waist down, I'm not going to want this on photograph, okay?
Like every other word. I'm going, bathroom.
Yeah.
Bathroom. Yeah. Hey, bro, why don't you just go to the bathroom and then have him come back? There's no line. There's no one waiting.
Right. Yeah. Okay, but you have to go to the end of the line. I am the end of the line. I will come back right here.
I'm still that guy.
Yeah.
I'm still right here.
Yeah. Remember me? I went to the bathroom. So with today being, we said tonight is New Year's Eve.
Right.
I want to do a couple fun facts. One of them is New Year's Eve related. You may know this. I did not. I think this is pretty cool. New Year's Eve confetti in New York City is literally made from people's hopes and wishes. You can pin New Year's wishes on the Times Square Visitor Center wall through December. The wishes are then turned into the confetti that's released across Times Square when the ball drops.
No, where is this?
It's at Times Square.
No, but where are you filling these things?
It says at the Times Square Visitor Center. There's a wall there, so you can post it. You post it there. So next time you're there, you should do that. But you post it, but it's only through December. So if you're there in December.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there in December.
But then they shred all those hopes and wishes and they drop them on strangers.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
And they're still sweeping those up in February.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, that was my dream. To be the janitor that sweeps up the confetti. I think you should have dreamed better there.
To be the guy that runs.
Yeah. Right. I run the shredder. It's like, okay.
It'd be great as you're pushing it through the wall. You just already hear it go.
Yeah.
Is this just a big shredder in here?
Right. Yeah. You're like, deposit here. It's like, is that a shredder? What are we doing? And it says, don't put your fingers in the slot. You know, you're like, what's going on?
Don't put anything in this slot that you want to use later.
Why do we put the slot waist high? Yeah. This was not a well thought out plan.
I'm going to put $100 in here, see what happens.
Then you're out at New Year's looking for your slices of dollar. You're just running around. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. But no, I think that's pretty neat that they actually incorporate everybody into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool. You didn't know that though, huh? I figured you might just because you go to New York and you fun facts like that.
Yeah, even though because that's where the conference was, we stayed in Times Square. Like I could see it from it was literally like, okay, we're going to go to that Subway place, or we're going to like we were literally like in and out of that joint.
Gotcha. Yeah.
If you're not avoiding the people trying to entice you onto a bus, hey, you want a tour? We got a bus right here. you're trying to not accidentally get someone in a photograph that might want to. Hey, I saw you take a photo. That's going to be $40 because I was in the background.
Right.
Because all those people that dress up like, Smelmo and
oh yeah. Or who's the guy that plays guitar?
Mickey Louse. Oh, the Naked Cowboy.
Naked Cowboy, yeah. Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, if you take a photo with them, you don't have to pay them, but they will hound you.
Right. Because you're in their background. All right, so here's another fun fact. This one I thought was awesome. Annoyed by a loud quarrel between two servants, the Iranian Shah, Aga Muhammad Khan, whatever his name is, ordered them to be executed. Since it was Friday, and in parentheses here, holy day in Islam, the Shah ordered their execution to be postponed for the next day and ordered them back to their duties. So here's the deal. I'm going to kill you, but go back to the jobs you were doing, okay? Now, unfettered and unchained, the servants assassinated the king that night in his tent. So I read this and I thought, first off, you're a king and you're living in a tent. What are we doing? Is something wrong here? Yeah. Okay. And I figure like tent security for a king should probably be a lot higher, But to tell two guys, I don't like you. You were fighting. I'm going to kill you both tomorrow. Now go back to work and do what you were doing. And then just go to sleep like, I mean, what's your whole thought process behind that?
Yeah. Hey, Jenny Toilet.
Yeah.
And Mickey Mop. Come over here real quick.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you're dead. You understand?
Today, I want them toilets clean.
I want the toilets clean.
Yeah.
By hand.
Yeah. By the way, I sleep in that very poorly secured tent over there.
Yeah, I sleep over there, and I'm very susceptible to sharp objects and guns.
Right. Or even if you were to, say, fashion your mop stick into a shank, I would succumb to that as well if it was jabbed in my throat while I was sleeping in that tent right over there where there's really no security, right over there.
Yeah, it's great because when they fight, you're like, hey, get back to work. And they're like, we'll see you later. And then the guy's like, yeah, whatever. This is earlier than I expected.
First, they wake him up and be like, it's now. Yeah. It's time for the execution. No. That'll be in a couple hours, guys. Go back to bed.
Oh, we didn't say whose.
Yeah. But so if I'm camping and I'm in a tent, and again, I'm sure this was a very phenomenal tent he's in. Okay. He's a Shah or whatever. He's a king. I imagine it's great. I'm not worried about bears, lions. All I am is I'm ziplocked fresh for whatever animal wants to break open the tent, crack the seal. He will probably smell poo because I will be scared. But other than that, he's going to have a full meal, Right. So I don't know that I would think that if I tell people you're going to die tomorrow, go get a good night's sleep. I'll see you in the morning. What do you. And again, just point, I'll be right over there in that tent. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He says it to everybody all the time.
Yeah, I can't reiterate how much is like, I see
These
that
guys
tent
just
right over
took
there.
it real harsh.
Right. Yeah, everyone else is like, that's just his thing.
Yeah.
He told me he's going to kill me 100 times.
Yeah.
We're the new guys. You got to tell me that.
It's just a ruse. It's a prank.
Yeah, that's how he motivates people. What are you doing?
Here comes Ashton Kutcher from behind the tent. And he's stabbing the guy. It's like, I probably should have came out a little bit sooner and told you that you've been punked.
I will say, when you see those videos and they're like, they do something really like egregious to someone, and they're like, oh no, calm down, dude, it's just a prank. It's just a prank. I'm like, that doesn't get you out.
Yeah.
That's not my safe word.
Yeah.
You telling me it's a prank is not my safe word. So guess what, bro?
That's going to be my new safe word. Nicole, it's a prank. Okay? I swear. It's a prank. So,
well, one of my favorite ones though is like they'll be in a big box store in like the garbage can aisle, and someone will have their back turned and they'll put a garbage can over themselves and their victim.
Yeah.
So at the same time you both like lift up the garbage can. It's like, who the hell did this?
Yeah. That's my
favorite because it's so like innocent. Like nothing. Just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Did you do this? And they're like, wasn't me. And they're like, and they get really like belligerent. Like, come on, who's doing this, man? Was it you? And they're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I'd thought of that one.
You know what's wild though is them garbage cans are not bulletproof, so you might not want to. You know,
they don't. Yeah, they usually don't pick on the most burly of dudes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. You don't see some guy in like a leather vest with patches on it walking through there, and you're like, I'm gonna get him. No, no, you're not.
Hey, Gramps, why'd you go down that aisle real quick?
Got like a
No, the only time I do see
on him.
The only time I do see it when they do it on the bros is when they're at like some muscle beach and they're trying to shampoo and that like at the beach showers.
Yeah.
And they come over the wall and they just keep putting more shampoo in the guy's hair.
Yeah.
So it never rinses out. Classic. And the best part is like that guy is like his head and eyes are full of soap, so you can't like do anything about it.
Why do I feel like any hair prank for you? It's like classic.
That's what you get for having hair.
You for having hair, you jerk.
You can't make that move on me.
Yeah.
No shampoo up there, bro.
So let's do the last.
They come over the wall and they're like, oh no.
Oh, curses. So the last one, according to legend in Iceland, if you don't get new clothes at Christmas, you'll be eaten by a giant cat. Okay.
Is this why like
And here's the artwork that goes with it. Shows this giant cat has this guy pinned to the ground and he's gonna eat him.
Yeah, but it looks like a meow.
It's a house cat.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
a it's not like, hey, there's a tiger. That's
I got socks, cat. Yeah. I got him. Is that how the tradition of getting like socks? I saw all these memes like, he's a man. He doesn't need gifts. He just wants to watch his wife and kids drink his coffee and watch them open the presents and see the smiles on his face. Getting just socks and underwear is fine. I'm like, who's writing this?
Yeah.
I could go buy my own socks and underwear, sir.
I would rather not have anything. And I do take joy in watching people open their presents. You're correct. But that don't follow it by handing me crap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's some stuff that I thought you might need.
He doesn't need a gift. Just sitting there with the family is a gift. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Considering he put all the other gifts together that the family's using right now, he'd like something, you know? So, but no, if you do not get close, okay?
Well, so all those people like, oh, no, I don't need anything. I'm fine. You sure you want to make a plate? We have food. No, I'm fine. On the drive home, I'm like, man, I'm really hungry. How dare they?
He puts a cat sweater up with like a puma or something on it, or a panther.
It's the Iceland Christmas cat.
Oh, is it the Iceland Christmas cat?
Yeah.
What is? So I can spend $56 to say on the front of it. I don't know what that says.
You want to know what's great?
Also, you know what's great is the TV used to be in front of us.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know there's anything behind us.
So Ted looks oddly off to the right, where his sense of hearing has been corrected, but his vision is not. So he has to look that way. But
wait, what'd you say?
Yeah. Huh?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wade what? Attorney at law. But no, I just thought that was kind of wild, because if you think about it, when you were a kid and you open up, you're like, oh, socks. And then your parents would be like, I just saved your life. You know what I mean?
Is that where the tradition started?
Yeah. Yeah.
A whole bunch of people from Iceland came over here and be like, well, you guys aren't giving your kids clothes?
I know
Do you want them to die?
I know you wanted a G.I. Joe guy, but I want you to see next Christmas. Okay. So you got socks. So go out back and play with those socks. You know,
I'd rather go out back and play with the socks than your G.I. Joe guy.
Yeah. All right. So those are some good fun facts, though. I think the most interesting one, the funnest one, I think, was probably, hey, I'm going to kill you tomorrow. I'll meet you in my tent over there. But then I do like the New York.
Hey, you guys taking off? No, I got something to do. This is better than being in prison. I got something to do. I'm going to stick around.
They should have known I was doing it. I put it on a list at Times Square. Right on. Oh, they shred those, man. They have no idea. I said on there, I'm going to kill this guy tomorrow.
I'm going to kill this guy tomorrow.
This is my confession. Just going right into the shredder. All right, so let's do. Oh, I'm so happy with this one. Let's do TCO sells it for you.
TCO. That's the other one. Sells it for you.
Yeah, sells it for you. All right, so a 2013 Chrysler Town and Country. $800.
Already sounds like something you're going to buy.
So, driven 171,000 miles, automatic transmission. Okay.
What do you like? Do you really need to put that in?
Now, here it is. It's an S minivan, 4-door, driven 171,000 miles. This is a description about this vehicle. Automatic transmission, exterior red, interior black. 4 out of 5 NHTSA safety rating. Fuel type is flex. Gets 17 miles city, 25 miles highway, which gives you 20 miles combined, seats 7 people. Great description, right? Now we get into the real description. $800 OBO. Now we know what that means. We don't think it's even worth $800.
Right.
Okay. But we don't want you to be turned off.
You're giving me the description of when you bought it new.
Right. It says AC doesn't work. And in parentheses, needs thermostat housing. Well, that means the car it overheats. That's why the AC doesn't work, because it gets hot. May need starter, needs transmission. Otherwise, in fair condition.
Yeah, this sounds like more of a, you need to take that to Victory Auto Records.
Yeah. East Green and Bentonville. So, but my whole point is, it's like, you go through all the trouble of telling me it has an automatic transmission, and everything else. Then I get down to the bottom and goes, by the way, that automatic transmission I mentioned, it does need a new one of those.
Right.
It doesn't need eventual tires. It needs current transmission.
Currently, it has an automatic transmission.
Yeah.
That might change once you change.
You know what works on the transmission? Park. If you put it in park, it doesn't roll. But anything else, it still doesn't roll. So it really only has its park. But yeah, for $800 or best offer. So the AC doesn't work. That's okay, because we're at wintertime. So that's okay. But it needs a thermostat housing. If that's the reason it doesn't work, like I said, it's because it gets too hot.
Right.
It won't let the AC work because the vehicle's getting warm.
I think you're diagnosed to the wrong spot.
Right.
This AC is not working. Is it because of the AC? No, it's because it's other more important parts.
Right.
But we're going to tell people it's the AC because it's winter.
It's the AC. Now, here's the deal. It doesn't run real hot in the wintertime when it's minus 40. Okay? So you're okay. If it stays this cold.
This past weekend, it ran fine.
Yeah. Did it move? No.
Still
needs a transmission,
Started up. It did its thing.
But then the last sentence, otherwise, in fair condition. So
not even great condition. It's all right.
You know what? Look, as things go overall, that doesn't have like heat, AC, overheats, and needs a trans. It's a pretty good vehicle. A pretty good vehicle.
I'll give you $400 for the interior. You can just pull that out.
You're getting a bonus because this has a third row of seats.
Right.
So you're really getting a deal at $400 on this interior.
You can leave the console lid. Sell that again. That's
Somebody
fine.
may want that.
Yeah.
Somebody may want that.
Someone might want four bones for that.
How are the finders? How are the finders? Can I get a good set of finders off of it? But no, it really does crack me up when I read this stuff. And again,
but literally they went to Chrysler, pulled down the description.
Correct.
Or they still have the window sticker.
Yep.
This is what it was when I bought it.
Yep.
Now let's get into what it actually does.
Yeah, copy and paste. That's exactly what they did. Copy and paste, and then go, oh, by the way, let me really describe it as it currently sits. Now I'm going to say OBO because don't get turned off by the 800. Okay, so
it gets 0 miles a gallon.
Now here's the thing, and I didn't get it. There's 7 comments on this. Okay, and I should have pulled the comments because sometimes those are the most fun. But I screenshot what was there. And,
what do you mean by flex? Is this like a gym?
So it runs on muscle milk? What does this do? What do I put in there? But,
does it depend on which city I'm in? Or which highway?
I'm surprised it didn't go, runs great downhill. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, brakes need a little attention, so you're going to want to stop at the bottom of the hill.
Runs great from the mountain to the coast. Not the other way around.
Then I would just take your foot off, let it ride in the ocean, okay? And collect the insurance money. They'll give you $800 OBO, okay?
If you ship this to Denver, you might get one solid ride out of it.
Right. Well, now when you're trying to hang on to those curves coming down that mountain, because the brakes are a little suspect on this, just so you know.
Crack the windows. Gets hot.
Because the AC would normally work, but it turns out the thermostat, of all things, the
hillbilly
thermostat.
AC works fine.
Yeah, the 460, the 4 windows down, 60 mile an hour. That AC is working top notch, especially if you're in the mountains of Aspen, So, but no, again, when I see some of these, I look at them and I'm like, this is insane. If you're looking, though, this is in Braidwood, Wilmington area garage sales. Okay. So if you do need to find.
I always go to garage sales for my cars.
Well, what do you put in a garage, Ted?
How much?
A car. Come on, man.
How much are you going on these garbage pail kids? And can we bundle in that non-moving town and country? What's your OBO on that?
What's your OBO?
What's your OBO on Adam Bomb?
Say I trade you a vile Kyle, okay? for that van over there. It's rare. I do remember some of the names of those, yeah. Adam Bomb, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and you know what's weird? Those would never fly nowadays. Like they would never fly.
They actually put out like a figure of Adam Bomb at Walmart.
Did they really?
Yeah. Surprisingly, there's 1,000 still on the shelf.
Yeah. Weird. All right, so let's do our TCO of the week.
That's what I was trying to do earlier.
Yeah.
TCO.
of the week.
Thank
yeah. So this is a guy who tried to pay for his alcohol with his G.I. Joe guy.
Oh, did he get that for Christmas?
Is in trouble. Yeah.
I would like to trade my roadblock.
But this is
alcohol.
This is the best name ever. Guy Willis, 34, is charged with exposure.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. Particularly that he intentionally exposed his G.I. Joe guy, intending that someone would see him, and it would cause alarm and distress. This is a big no-no.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. I don't want a picture of it.
No.
It might be an adequate no.
Right. Yeah. Right. First off, that word's already taken.
Is that what the first thing that Blake said? Yeah. Wow, this is a big no.
Yeah. Yeah. But the word adequate really stinks. So anyway, what we're going to do, I'm not going to say why. We're on a podcast. So anyway, he came to sentencing on the 22nd of December at Warrington Magistrates. Now, using the word magistrate and G.I. Joe guy, it's dangerously close for me. I love it. He was told his actions were highly unpleasant. So the judge is like, look, it's not so much that it's wrong. It was unpleasant.
I can't legally say gross.
Ew. That's Wade What's defense. So in his
the
defense,
stenographer's just like one key over and over. Oh, that must be the W. Ew.
And because Mac's not prepared as Wade Watts, so he's defending him. He's like, you did what? Huh?
Yeah. People versus Guy Willis. Charge of indecent exposure, exposing his Willis in order to purchase alcohol. And Mac's like, wait, what? You did what?
What? Okay, I'm on retainer and you're paying me either way, but we're not getting out of this.
Yeah.
And he's on record.
Yeah. I know. I don't know if you know this. You can't pay me with G.I. Joe guy either.
Is that why you showed it to me in the hall? We're not all paid up.
This is for services rendered. Yeah.
When he does it, the guy looks at him and goes, you're going to get me off, right?
Oh, no.
That was the guarantee. Yeah. Said right in the ad.
Yeah. Wait, what? I get you off. This took a nasty turn, Wade. I don't think...
Yeah.
I don't know how many flyers you made with that on there. You're going to want to redo a reprint, okay? You're going to want to recall those.
And knowing's half the battle.
Yeah. So, but it says, when asked to pay, he dropped his shorts and underwear to his ankles and exposed his G.I. Joe guy. Asking,
what is he, a toddler at a urinal?
Asking, can I pay with this? First off, great line, okay? Right now, if I'm the magistrate, I want you to go home scot-free, okay? Because I'm going to be like, wow. It's like the old Facebook thing. Stealing, you know what I mean? I'm going to do that. Stealing, I'm taking this. But it says, can I pay with this? The worker promptly told him to pull his pants up and pay for the alcohol. And I'm sure he's like, I was trying, okay? I was trying. So what he should do is get himself some bungee like suspenders so you can just throw them down and they come right back up real fast.
Like he's dipping his card?
Huh? What about, huh?
Like he's dipping his card?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the chip? I got to leave it in? Do I tap it? Do I swipe it? I don't know. Why is this thing a pop-it machine?
What do I do?
Pop it. Twist it.
That's when you go, listen, I'm not going to scan it myself. You run it for me.
I'm really not in the mood for self-checkout.
Yeah. So
I came in the full service line.
Oh, in defense of his client, according to Gary Heaven, his name's Gary Heaven. That's awesome. I'm going to say Wade What. In defense of his client, according to Wade What, it was referenced how nobody had to attend court to give evidence. So what you're saying is, if you have no proof that my guy did this,
right,
I must get him off. You know what I mean? Is that what you're doing? How much of it says? Then in quotes,
if you don't see his bits, you must acquit.
Oh, and then he sells this guy out. He goes, I struggle to find, from my experience, a more misjudged example of buffoonery than this, he said. So what he's doing is saying, look, guy was wrong. Try to pay with his G.I. Joe guy. Do you see it now? No. He's reformed. You no longer see his G.I. Joe guy. It's all good. Okay? But it says he was always going to be identified and come to attention of police from now on. So, so do you think when he walks out of his house, the cops are in front like, yeah, hey, we got the G.I. Joe guy. He's walking. They're under surveillance.
You know how some women keep money in their bra?
Yeah. Right.
Maybe he just kept money,
Right. Look, there were quarters. All you had to do was get them, Hey, you want to play quarters? Nope. No, I don't. But yeah, so it says none of the customers were children. So it shouldn't have been a problem is basically what they said. So they gave him 90 days of alcohol monitoring and 30.
Wait, because there were no kids in there, it's perfectly fine to just show your G.I. Joe guy and be like, huh?
Yeah. Right.
Is this good for a fifth? What are we talking?
You want to know something? That would be my response. Yeah. Only I'd have the bungee. I'd be like, huh? And it come back up, huh?
Sir, I will let you keep the alcohol if you stop trying to show me your junk.
Yeah. I give you Exhibit A. Don't. That's why we're here. Stop. The defendant's not supposed to give the exhibits. You know what I mean? I got a live one right here. Look. Huh? So yeah. Again, I like the story better as if Wade Watt was defending him.
And found out
and and he's like, wait, is that why you showed it to me in the hallway?
At the trial.
Yeah. We are not paid in full. And then he calls his office. Hey, change the wording on the flyers, will you? It's not what we wanted to say.
Remember how you said the flyers were kind of vague? You were right.
Yeah. Good call. All right, so let's do a strange story. We'll do the drop for that.
This is Strange Stories.
Is that another new one?
Yeah.
I like the old one.
Yeah, put it back.
Yeah,
executive decision.
I like the old one better.
I like it was like, dude, strange stories.
Yeah. Somebody just wants to hear their own voice on our podcast too much. And that, I tell you what.
Hey, Macaulay, it's not my fault. You stopped putting out new episodes. That's on you.
Right. We're conversing couple. We could have been on there.
Right.
We could have. You had at least one more episode staring you in the face. And you didn't, you missed.
Dave, just keep putting these, rebrand these as conversing couple until you guys re-record.
Yeah.
Right. You can make me whoever you want. You make Damon whichever one you want to name us.
Yeah.
And then just pepper your guys in whenever you need.
Listen, I could go by Leslie. I have no problem doing it. That's fine. Yeah, I could do that.
Hey, Nielsen did it.
Yeah.
Years.
Right. Hit the button. Which one is this?
Wait, what?
This is Strange Stories.
So now you're trying it on the fly.
Yeah. All right, go into the strange
You
story.
couldn't get it right before we got here, but we think we'll get it corrected in the next 3 seconds. Okay, gotcha. So it says, an art expert has been fired after he valued a Chinese vase at $1,950 that sold at auction for nearly $8 million.
He valued it at like $20, but it really sold for $8 million?
Yeah. Just under $2,000 and it sold for $8 million.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was $1,950. So yeah, it was just under $2,000 and it sold for $8 million. First off, great return.
Yeah, I would say, if you guys bought it from someone for $2,000 and resold it for $8 million, why is this guy in trouble?
Hey, when what's her name? Frank and Mike, the pickers, show up at your house and they offer you 2 G's for this.
Yeah,
I'd hold out for the $8 million. Yeah. Okay,
I want to see what's in that guy's pants. Well, wait a minute.
Right?
Did you say that guy's pants?
Right.
Because we saw what was in guy's pants.
Yeah,
it wouldn't even buy a bottle of liquor.
Yeah. Will this work? No, Willis. Stop.
Why do we keep bringing this guy?
He does not do our bidding. Then you see him on Mecum Auto Auction. They're blurring the screen, but I think that guy's making a bid right now. He wants to buy this Corvette.
It's American Pickers. You know that, right?
Right.
It's a P.
Yeah, it's a P. As in G.I. Joe guy. So anyway, an art of expert in France has been fired from a prestigious auction house after valuing a Chinese vase 4,000 times less than its sales price. So French news site La Parisienne, I don't know.
The Parisian.
There you go, because you speak French. You know that. All right, so said that the people made the journey from China to France to view a blue and white ornate porcelain vase decorated with dragons and clouds. Sought after motifs from collectors from East Asia. So the buyer bid by phone was from China, the auction house said. And it says the expert made a mistake. One person alone against 300 interested Chinese buyers cannot be right, Jean-Pierre says, who owns the auction house. He was working for us. He no longer works for us. So basically, I wonder if this guy wanted to buy this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you get to the auction and it's like, so 2,000 and you got like people like, oh,
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
Hey, calm down. I can't calm down.
Yeah.
It's like $8 million.
You know what's weird though too? So I've been to several, especially auto auctions. I've been to several of them. And when they want 10 grand for the car, they start the bidding at 10 or 12 grand.
Right.
Nobody says anything. Okay. Then they go 2,000 and then somebody bids and they start going up from there.
Yeah.
But you kind of have an idea of where they want to be, kind of, usually. But in this case, you're like, okay, so it's worth 2,000. Okay, we'll start the bidding at 2,000. Yeah. Yeah. Like every panel in the room,
Right.
every panel in the room goes up and you're like,
I got it.
Okay. Do I hear 3? Yep. You know?
They get to 10,000, like, we're going to jump.
Yeah, we're gonna jump. Would anybody pay 100,000 every paddle?
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, ooh, okay, all right. And you just look over the guy, and he's like, who knew? You know. Yeah. So it's pretty great. So you fire him right on the spot, pretty much. You know. But it says the vase was sold after a woman from Brittany was clearing her mother's house and decided to part ways with the vase, which belonged to her grandmother. Wow. The listing describes the vase as a large, I don't know, ting pong, whatever, porcelain and polychrome enamel vase in the style of the blue and white with a globular body. It's actually not a bad looking vase. There's a picture on here.
Yeah, it looks like very much like if you ever go to a museum and see like a Ming vase.
Right.
It looks very much like an ancient Chinese vase.
But it was decorated with 9 fierce dragons and clouds. The expert who analyzed the piece believed the vase was merely a 20th century decoration and decided it couldn't be worth more than $1,950.
It says made in China on it.
Yeah.
There's no way this is worth anything.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but it says it realized this might not be the case when their pre-auction showing was swamped with interest buyers.
Yeah, seriously.
It says the Guardian came to inspect the vase with lamps and magnifying glasses. He said there were so many registrations that we had to stop them. At this point, we understood something was happening.
Hey, Dave, we got another call about the vase.
Yeah. Right.
This is the 4th one this minute.
Yeah.
17,001 this hour.
Yeah.
No, it seems fine. 2,000, I think.
Yeah. 2,000, huh?
Let's run the 1,900 up to 2,000.
Yeah.
That'll shut it down.
So it says the seller. So this is what's nice. This is on consignment. So the seller was greeted with a huge shock when the vase which your family used to put flowers in sold for the astronomical price.
Like the people are like, yeah, we can probably get you to 2,500 at the outside. We'll start it at 2.
And she's
just
like,
under.
woo, you know.
We'll get a 15% finder's fee and another 10 for the thing.
Right.
You'll probably get 1,500 out the door.
But it says in a quote, it's as if she'd won Euro millions. It's not clear what drove the buyer to pay so much for the vase. Probably the value.
Here's the thing. This worked out this actually worked out because if it had been the other way,
right,
where if he would have lost,
oh yeah,
I mean, like they paid $8 million for a $2,000 vase. That's way worse.
Yeah.
Than underselling, because if it would have gone for $2,000 or at $5,000, everyone's like, no, I guess I give up.
Yeah.
I know it's worth millions. I'll stop at $5,000. That'd have been way worse than if like the fact that it actually got to the point where, how long does that auction have to take?
Yeah.
Like, that's item number 15. The guy waiting for item number 401 is like, are all of them going to be like this?
Right.
Can we just start closer?
No, but then that guy's like, am I going to get $8 million for my thing too?
Yeah, well,
is that how it's going to work?
Can we just start closer to the price?
Yeah. Can we start at $6 million?
We take a
online?
long way to get here.
Yeah. Well, but that's kind of like when you're saying the opposite way. If you remember, 2 years ago, when Tom Brady retired, okay, his last pass he threw, went for like a $500,000. Bought it last touchdown pass, went for $500,000. Okay, then he unretires, and the guy's like, "Damn it!"
Yeah.
Now it's worth like $25.
Yeah. Hey, how much do they get for a ball down at the?
But the auction house reversed it and gave the guy's money back. So that was. But in this case, you're not. If they pay $2,000 for it and they get it, it's like all sales are final.
Because the auction house is the people that are like, oh, we did say.
And they lost the commission. Imagine the commission size on that, because you're right. They probably do get 5 or 10%, But it says the director of the auction house, Asian Arts Department, told The Guardian, we don't know whether the vase, is sold or not, or why it sold for such a price. Oh, is old or not, or why it sold for such a price. Perhaps we will never know. Again, somebody had to see something in that.
No one's paying $8 million on spec.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're wrong.
You know what?
I'm going to gamble $7,998,000.
Listen to all
Right.
the editing.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna do all that.
Yeah, Max, like, keep coughing, man. That's money.
Yeah, that's money.
That's coin, man.
That's money. We're getting up to 8 million. We started at 2,000. We're getting up to 8 million. But do I hear 9 million? And as I'm hacking up a lung, yes, I do. But no, you really caught me with that because you're correct. That's exactly the case. And if you're this auction house, you're like, wow, all this interest in this vase.
Seriously.
And Tommy over here says it's only worth $2,000.
Hello, auction house. Yeah, we have the vase.
Right.
Hello, auction house. Yeah, we have the vase.
So we got Sarah at the switchboard is on death watch. You know what I mean? Because she's just ready to end it all because she can't get off the phone.
Reevaluate it. Damn vase.
Yeah.
So tired.
She goes, I'm gonna guess. She goes, I'll give you $2,500 for it right now if we can stop the phone calls. $2,500.
She goes
right
home,
now.
the microwave goes, ding, we've got the vase.
Exactly.
We've got it.
Exactly. Somebody rings the doorbell. I said I have it, and the dog's like, it was the doorbell. Go get the door. So, but anyway, so if you are interested, when you go to somebody's house or garage sales or this or that, buy the old vase and then see if it's worth $8 million later. So, what a return on your money, though. Imagine if you'd have got that for
Right?
now, if you paid $8 million, it's probably worth more than that because you're not going to pay what it's worth.
Yeah, you're gonna so you get some
Right.
there's some meat on the bone, as they say.
Correct. And
That's the thing about the pickers. You brought them up. They're like, I can't go higher than $2,000 on that. And then they get it home and they're like, so we bought this. We've estimated the value is $78,000. Like, you couldn't go higher. Like, they're acting like you're pulling like grandma's money out of it. Like, I can't. I just can't go
the
more
old
than
Cartmen.
that.
You're busting my balls, man. You're busting my balls here.
Bust my balls, Larry. Bust my balls, Larry.
I know you can go higher than that.
Can't do it.
It's like, what's the
And
pun?
my point is they're putting it on TV.
Yeah.
So the people they bought it from are like, wait a minute.
Same with the Pawn Stars. It's like, best I can do is a hot bologna sandwich for that. And they're like, I'll take it. And then it's in their case for $100,000.
Only 4 of these were made. I don't know how this guy got. The other 3 are in museums around the world.
This is one of Jesus' sandals. Yeah. Okay. We don't know where the other one is.
The other one of this just recently sold for $8 million in France.
Best I can give you is a Little Caesars coupon and some Arby's roast beef.
Oh man, that at best I can get for that. Best.
At best.
1950. It's the best.
I'll put it next to my face.
And I got to make money on it, so I can offer you $700.
You gotta give a little meat on the bone. No, I'm talking about like hippopotamus or brontosaurus meat, but you gotta leave a little meat on the bone.
And little bit more. I can give you this half-eaten chicken wing.
He takes it out of Chumley's hand.
Yeah.
Here you go.
It's the wingette. So you got it's the flats. You still got some on the other bone there.
But that's the same level. But again, so in closing, if you were this guy's buddy that paid $8 million for this, you imagine you go to him and go, hey, I got a hot lead on a vase. They want $2,000. You want to make a quick $100? Yeah. You got $8 million? You know what I mean? I'll do the rest from there.
You see his friend in the back, like they had a scheme to buy it for $4,000.
Yeah.
And like, can we see? All right, I got $7 million, I got 7.75. The guy in the back's like, oh man, this really got out of hand.
But then they're like, we have so many bids on this. Sir, there's a ping pong tournament right next door. We're watching they're swinging their every time the panel comes up. Okay, and there's no numbers. They're
Going
just
to
red
an
and
auction
green.
and just throwing some balls out into the crowd. People just trying to back it up. We got 7.5, 7.5. Hey, we got 8. We got 8.5. We got 9.5. 9. We got 10 million. Your Majesty.
Where can they find us, Ted?
You can find us in France, auctioning off all of the stuff we have in Mac Studio.
Yes.
When is thatchecksout.net? All the socials of That Checks Out WDT. You can find us every Saturday morning, but don't come here and see us because we don't want to see you at Audio High Podcasting Studio. Come in and see Mac. Reach out to him, find out his schedule so you can find out when you can record your own podcast.
Yeah.
We would love to do that. TCO Productions has produced this episode of That Checks Out. For Damon, I'm Ted and Mac. You'll catch us next time.
Ping pong tournament. So.